know how I go. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment. You dig? I appreciate all my supporters, man. I appreciate y'all to death. Make sure y'all go smash the links in the description. And make sure y'all check out that TikTok too. It's funny how that keep going up more than anything, and I haven't even been posting on there. But I wanted to say this to you. I wanted to talk about this. Homosexuality inside the Moore Science Temple of America. The stigmas that come with it, so on and so forth, right? I want to talk about this again, and I'm going to elaborate on it at least one more time, just to get it all in perspective for you guys. And the reason I want to talk about this is because when I was incarcerated in Wayne County Jail, and I told a brother, Rio 7 Mile, never been in prison before, first time in Wayne County Jail, never been a juvenile. Why has he heard? I told him I was a Moorish American. He said, man, you seem like a solid guy, no disrespect, but what's all this stuff I'm hearing about the Moors? I'm talking about what you talking about, the gay stuff? He like, yeah. I heard y'all be and condoning it. Y'all be taking and condoning it. I'm like, man, I'm embarrassed, my brother. And I told him my stories about the cases I caught and the fights I got into in prison over people bringing that up, saying it because I was so mad and angered that people don't look at the bigger picture. So let's break this down real quick before we get back into me and his conversation, okay? The Moorish Americans, for you guys that just don't get it, let's break it down again. The Moorish Americans are the biggest group in the Michigan Department of Corrections, usually on every yard, especially level 2s, level 4s. The numbers are going to be consistently high in the Moore Science Temple of America and the Bloods, period. The Bloods are going to seem the most savage because more people. Moorish Americans are going to seem more savage and more of this because we have more people, right? So you got a city like Detroit, has about 500,000 people in it. So 400 murders, that's a lot. It's a lot. But you got to consider we have more people in poverty, we have more people in gangs, we got more people in the street culture, we got more people to commit crimes. But compared to the people who live in the city, 300, 400 murderers, if it was 300 or 400 different murderers, that's relatively low when you compare it. And you reduce the ratio, you put 400 over 500,000. Do the math. Seem like more Detroit guys locked up, right? They run a joint. Seem like more Detroit guys do crimes because there's more people in Detroit in poverty than anywhere else in Michigan. Flint might be second, Saginaw or Grand Rapids might be third, Benton Harbor, so on and so forth. It's simple math. More people in a poverty-ridden city, more crime is going to be. LA has 500 something murders. Has some, or have in 1 year 500 or 600 murders, right? There's a couple million people in LA. Chicago, there's a couple million people there. So the crime is always going to seem higher. You go to a small city with only 300 residents and you have 5 murders, it's going to seem a lot to you. It's gonna, like, oh, people getting killed every day around here. But then you compare that to Detroit. It's like you live in the suburbs, homie. It's more and more Americans from all different types of backgrounds. All of us don't condone that. And we not just talking about homosexuality. That's a preference. We talking about the taking of other men. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm getting into the gritty detail about. Force yourself upon another man. And also to indulge in it consensually. It's more people. It's more people. The laws that we abide by are the laws of the land. And as well as Islamic law or Islamism law, the divine constitution and bylaws. We are said citizens. We here to abide by all rules. That's what we're supposed to do. The prophet doesn't condone that. And the prophet was led by God Allah. Doesn't condone none of this stuff. This seems unholy and unrighteous to the public eye. Okay? Don't condone it. But you gotta understand too, and the biggest point is you gotta understand too, prison is a different environment. This is not reality. So for all the people that hit me up and say, oh man, sometimes you make the more science symbol of America look bad. Oh man, you make us look like a gang. Oh man, you make us look like this. I'm talking about prison. Don't come to me talking about trying to make prison and the Moorish Americans in prison all seem like saints. Because you faking the funk. That's putting deodorant on every day and not washing up for 7 days, but you put deodorant on. You might be able to match that smell from somebody with a normal nose. But you come up to a dog, he's going to be able to smell what's under there because his nose is a lot better. Right? When you come up on a true predator, they're going to be able to smell that. You might be able to match that to everybody else. But to that true predator, to that true nose, you will be exposed as a smelly corpse. Some people just know. Right? It's just the truth and reality. That's a different world. I talked to Martin Bay. I believe he's Grand Governor. Talked to him about it. He said, you got to understand, Bardio. Because I was asking some of the same questions. Why is this going on? Why is it like? Prison is a different world. Shout out to Secret Bay for hooking me up with Martin Bay also, too. It's different, man. I want all y'all to know that. This is not what we condone. This is not what we want to be represented by, the forceful will or so on and so forth, or, you know, or any demasculinity and nothing like that. We want to be known for what the prophet brought. I'm talking about my spiritual sense. You know, and I'm never going to pretend like I'm that person that's just holy and righteous like some of these guys pretend to be. And even if you're not out here committing crimes, that don't mean you holy and righteous. Even though if you're not out here fornicating with every woman in the world or this and that, you smoking marijuana. Your thoughts and the intentions behind your actions. Whether you go out there and feed the homeless people, some of y'all come out, and I've noticed this too. Some of y'all come out just to take a picture that you feeding the homeless, to record a video that you feeding the homeless. That's your sole purpose, is to get seen doing something righteous. It don't really make you feel good inside. You're not really doing it because that's what you're supposed to do, to help you, other people, and be humane. You know what I'm saying? Or be a part of humanity. You're doing it because you want the notarization for it. That's what you're doing it for. We see you. Don't think we don't. Don't think you can hide behind them fezzes and them garbs and think we don't see you for who you really is. And don't expect me to be no sucker, because you got to be far. I was just talking to Von Neal the other day, and I think he was surprised what I did know. And when I don't know something, I ain't afraid to tell the brother. Shout out Von Neal, G. Von Neal, for planting that seed in me, and thank you for always calling me with spiritual uplifting. You feel me? Because we talked on the phone for 2 hours, and when he started off, the first 30 minutes was just damn near just picking me up, get up, forcing me up, making me feel better. This thing right here is powerful. You can manifest a lot of things with it. But yeah, the brother picked me up and just made me feel a lot better than what I was, because I lost a lot being incarcerated for those 30-something days. And I was just trying to figure out what it's for. Why would I go in by a mistake a tether officer made and coming home scot-free? Just trying to figure it out. But just to get back to the point, all Moorish Americans don't allow that, and it's nothing wrong with being gay at all. That's you. But if you are making the movement look a different way than what it's supposed to look like, maybe you should take the bed ill off your name and live your life. But you can still follow the prophet. You can still let a prophet, still even, propagate it. But you might have to do it in a different type of way, because we're in a society right now today where people don't understand you can have, you can do whatever you want to do. Who am I to tell you wrong? Who am I to tell you you wrong? I'm nobody. That's for God a lie. It says Jesus slept with people who committed, what do they call it in the Moorish Holy Quran? Rapine, that's rape. People, sodomy, extortioners, murderers, robbers, the thieves. He sat with them all. And if we put Jesus on this high pedestal, and this man can go sit with anybody and tell people that their life, people that was doing better, that their life is just as precious as yours. They overcame things that you probably couldn't, and things way harder than what you could ever overcome. If he could sit with people and do that, who am I to tell you that you can't come sit with us? I told the young brother that I was embarrassed. I talked to people that never been to prison, and they said it's about us in Michigan. They call us the Dirty Moors. But I promise you, it's just a prison thing, man. I promise you, it's just a prison thing. A lot of those guys, not a lot, but some that join the movement, they not really joining for the profit. They joining for the numbers. They joining for the protection. They never spend no time neutral, or if they did, it was a hard time, but it was real shy. Never said nothing. And then when you get behind a bunch of strong men, now you upright, independent, bold, fearless. So the demeanor changes. Those are not the real brothers. The real brothers are the ones that set the foundation, propagate the faith. The Ricky Rimmer Bays, the Razor Bays, the Parker Eels, the CC Bays. Those are the powerful, big Moors inside the Michigan Department of Corrections that got influence, heavy influence. So I want y'all to know, all of us are not like that. I want y'all to know that it's prison, it's a different world. A lot of these guys been gelling with guys so many years, and that's all they have left is the guy been in prison with 30, 40 years. He didn't do it to one of ours, he did it to somebody else. I'm going to turn a blind eye to it. I'm not going to be that strict on him about it. I'm not going to burden him more. That's how it is. I'm not making excuses for it. I'm just saying this is how it is. It's like your child constantly messing up, but you keep helping them. Just like my family. Been to jail maybe 20 times. Being modest. 20 times. But nevertheless, they come to my aid. Over and over and over, because I'm their baby that they raised up from scratch. And they don't want to turn their back on me just like that. They always think it's hope and it's a chance for me. And that's how we should feel about our fellow brothers, man. It's always a chance for them. But don't get it twisted. When you go too far, you're a little bit too far. And we're going to talk about that in the next video, man. Peace and blessings be upon y'all. Big five.